Hey kids, good morning. I hope you're as excited as I am for preschool yoga today. We're going to do another storytime yoga with one of my favorite books that I read to my children when they were young. And this is called Amos Boris by William Stagg. Fantastic story. And as you may be able to hear in the background, we're going to take a trip to the ocean. That sounds good. So before we begin, if you want to grab again your favorite stuffy, we can use that toward the end of class. So I'll give you just a minute to get that. While you're grabbing your favorite stuffy, I'd like to tell your parents what we're going to talk about today. This story, Amos Boris, is all about friendship. So we're going to talk about friendship and the importance of nurturing these relationships in your child's life. We will emphasize also how we can be good to ourselves. Being a good friend to ourselves is also important because when we're happy, it helps us have good relationships with others. So let's get started with Amos and Boris. I'm going to start class by sitting on my knees and ringing the bell. It's going to sing to us. Here we go. Oh, that wasn't very loud. There we go. And now we're all ready for yoga. So, to begin, we're going to practice an ocean breath. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth, nice and slow, making ocean waves. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's try it again. This time we can move our bodies a little bit more. Breathe in. Breathe out, leaning back. Let's try it one more time. This time my ocean waves are going to go side to side, front and back, kind of all over. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out. Very nice. Now we're going to warm up our bodies to the sun. We're going to grab the sun and bring it to all of our body parts. Maybe our body parts are kind of like our friends. They help us do things, right? So take a deep breath in and jump for that sun. Jump, 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 jump. Get it, get it, get it. Oh, I have it. Do you have it? All right, take that warm sun all the way down to your toes. Wiggle your toes and say good morning, toes. Our toes are definitely our friends because they help us walk, right? Couldn't walk without our toes. Say good morning, knees. Good morning. My knees are my friends. They help me jump, just like that. Take the sun to your hips and shake it side to side. Good morning, hips. Where would we be without our hips? We wouldn't be able to bend this way and bend that way. Oh, and bend over this way and bend over that way. We have to have our hips. They're good friends. Take the sun to your shoulders. Roll your shoulders back. Roll this way. Roll that way. Warm them up with the sun. My shoulders are pretty awesome. Without them, I wouldn't be able to reach this way and that way, right? Or go like this, side to side. Our shoulders are pretty cool. Now we're going to take it to our eyes and say, good morning, eyes. Good morning, mouth. Couldn't kiss without our lips, could we? Couldn't see without our eyes. They're super good friends. And then we're going to take it all the way up and reach to our back. Good morning, back. It's a good thing we have a back, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to lie down and rest. All right, let's put the sun back in the sky so we can have it at the beach today. Deep breath in, arms up, and then put it up there. Get it as high as you can. Oh, get it, get it, get it, get it. Maybe jump around. Get it, get it, get it. Okay, bye sunshine. See you later today. We're going to move right into our story as we meet our characters. We have two characters in this story. Amos, who's the little mouse up here, and Boris, who's the big whale down there. These two are very unlikely friends. Let's find out how they meet each other. So Amos was a tiny little mouse. So we're going to go into child's pose. You guys remember this from a few days ago? 2 days ago. So we come down onto our knees, come all the way down to be like a tiny little mouse. So Amos was a tiny little mouse. He lived by the ocean. Think our ocean waves. He loved the smell of the ocean air. It was super salty. It smelled so good to him. He loved to go to far away places on his boat. So chest is lifted, lean your hands back and see if you can lift your legs. Or you can have your toes on the ground. And arms out, we can row our boat. Amos would go so many different adventures on his boat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And that's how Amos felt. He felt like life was just one big dream. He wanted to fill his boat with supplies and go really far away. So put your legs out. We're going to pack up our supplies on a boat. If I was going on a long trip on a boat, what would I bring? I would definitely bring some food. So reach over this way, twist your body, and grab from your refrigerator all your favorite foods. I got some avocado, some apples, some bananas, some pineapple, and I'm going to put it all the way to my toes, into my boat. Then we're going to reach over this way. I think we should bring some clothes. Yes, definitely some clothes in case we get wet. And we're going to put that into our suitcase, all the way to our toes. What else? Maybe we should bring something to fix the boat in case it breaks, or some Band-Aids in case we get a boo-boo. Grab up really high and put some of that first aid stuff into your suitcase, or into your boat. There we go. I think we're ready to go now. So, he gives hugs and kisses to his family. Give a hug. Bye, guys. Little kisses. Mwah! Mwah! I'll see you when I get back. And he got his boat ready to go into the water. Here we go. We're going to push the boat into the water. So I'm up on my toes, and I have my arms all ready. 1, 2, 3. Push the boat into the water. Let's try that again. Start nice and low. 1, 2, 3. Push the boat into the water. And off it sailed. Let's do a sailboat pose. Legs wide. Turn one foot out. Deep breath in. Arms up. Bend. Keep that front leg straight. Lean over. Drop your arm, and the other arm comes up into triangle or boat pose. See, we look like a sailboat. And here is our sail. Let's try it on the other side. Arms up. Turn that other foot out. Lean over your leg. Drop your arm. Open your chest. And your sail goes way up in the sky. Whoosh. So Amos was sailing along on the water, no problem, when he fell asleep. He was so relaxed, he just fell asleep. And as he did that, a big wave came. Whoosh! Kind of washed over him, and he started to wake up. And then another big wave came. Whoosh! And Amos the mouse fell off his boat into the water. Happy baby pose. Ah! Amos is in the water, kind of flailing around. Oh no! And then he realizes that his boat is sailing away without him. Oh no! What is he gonna do? Oh, all he could do for the moment was keep swimming. So on your belly, knees bent, we're just gonna swim. Swim like that little mouse Amos. Swim, 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 swim. But he started to get tired. Oh, I'm getting tired, and I'm getting cold. The sun was starting to set. He's shivering a little bit. Ooh. What am I gonna do? When in the distance he saw something, and it was really big. It was another animal. So Amos starts waving his arms. Hey, I'm over here! And the whale in the water saw him and swam towards him. We're gonna do whale pose. On your belly, just like we did for swimming, knees bent, but this time grab onto your feet or your ankles. On the count of 3, you're gonna lift your whole body up. 1, 2, 3, up. A big whale. Whoa. His name was Boris. And Boris made his way to Amos and said, hello. Hey, how are you, little buddy? Oh, said Amos, I'm not so good. I'm really wet and cold. Do you think I could hop on your back? And Boris gave a look at his back and said, of course, what a great idea. Hop on up. All right, we're gonna do 3 monkey jumps onto Boris's back. Here we go. Spread your legs and bend your knees. Here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh! He landed on Boris's back, and Amos felt better already. His skin was nice and warm. Boris asked Amos what happened, and Amos told him the whole story, how he sailed away on a big boat. He was going to have some big adventures. Instead, he fell in the water and his boat floated away. And then Amos started to cry. He was really sad, and Boris didn't like it. He felt sad himself. In his heart, he could feel what Amos was feeling. That's called empathy, when you can feel what someone else is feeling. So Boris thought real quick, what can I do to help? And Amos said, well, I could sure use a ride home. And Boris thought about it for a minute. Well, I'm supposed to sail off to meet some friends in Africa, but I could probably drop you off on the way. Amos asked, what friends are you meeting? Oh, I'm meeting my friend the elephant. So elephant pose, jump your legs wide, put your hands together to make an elephant trunk, bend over. We're gonna use our mouth to make a silly elephant sound. Here we go. And water your back. Elephant pose one more time. Water your back. And I'm also gonna meet my friend the giraffe, whose neck is super duper long. Reach over to the side one way and over to the side the other way. Reach over like a giraffe with a big neck. Ugh. Wow, your friends seem really cool, said Amos, but I still would really like to go home. So Boris said, no problem. With him on his back, Boris started off on the journey to Africa and to take Amos home. So we're gonna do whale pose again. Come onto your belly, bend your knees, and grab onto your ankles or your feet. 1, 2, 3, up. Whoa. Make your best whale sound. They had such a great time together. They were laughing and telling stories. They became really, really good friends. And they felt a warm feeling in their heart. But it was time, when Amos saw his home, for him to jump off Boris's back. Okay. I can't live in the water, said Amos. Boris said, why not? Can't you stay with me? Amos said, well, I'm a mammal, and mammals live on land. I can't live in the water. Boris thought about that for a minute. Well, I care so much about my friend that I should let him go be with his family on land. Okay, so he's gonna jump off his back. So Amos, that little tiny mouse, went 1 in chair pose, 2 in chair pose, and 3, he's gonna hop onto the shore. Here we go. Oh. I made it. And he turned around and he waved goodbye to his friend Boris. Thanks, buddy. I had a great time. It's time for me to go home. Hope to see you again. And off Boris went in this direction, and off Amos went in this direction. Amos went home and got to see his family. Give them a big hug. I'm back. I'm safe. It's so good to see you. Now, arms to the side. We're going to be a little time machine. Years and years and years go by. 1 year. Turn slowly. 2 years. Turn slowly. Other way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years go by since Boris and Amos have seen each other. And there was a big hurricane called Hurricane Yetta that came into town. There was fierce wind. Whoosh, and tons of rain. Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. And it was a big, big storm. The waves were huge, like this. And on the beach where Amos lived, Boris was pushed up onto the beach. So we're going to be Boris the whale being pushed onto the beach. So come onto your belly again like that whale that we are, and we're going to roll over onto the sand. Oh no! Boris, oh no! Boris is rolling onto the beach. And then he gets stuck. Come up like this. You can't move. He's stuck, but whales need to be in the water. What's he gonna do? Oh, he kind of curled up on the shore and just rested while he thought about what to do. Meanwhile, he was on the shore, like I said, where Amos the mouse lived. And Amos happened to be going for a walk that day. Walking, walking, walking. He saw a great big mountain that led to the beach, and he was going to climb it today. Mountain pose. Spread your legs wide, chest is lifted, arms out. Really strong. If you have a parent nearby, see if they can push you over. Or are you a really strong mountain and you cannot be pushed? He climbed over that mountain. We're going to do mountain climbing. So come into a plank and bring your knees into your chest. Climb, climb, climb. Faster! Climb, 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 climb. Until he came all the way to the top, and then he hopped off onto the beach. Whee! He's in that sand, and it feels really good on his toes. And he seems to see something in the distance, so he takes out his binoculars. What do I see? I see on the shore a whale. Oh, it looks like it's in danger. He looks again. It needs my help. But I'm just a little old mouse. How am I going to help that whale? But he runs down to the shore to see what's wrong. And he shakes the whale, and he recognizes the whale. This is my friend Boris. I must help him. And Boris recognizes Amos, but he can't even talk. And he says, oh, that little mouse is so sweet. He's all heart. But how could he possibly help me? He's so small. And then Amos, being the smart mouse that he is, and the excellent friend he knows he can be, he thinks of an idea. And he runs back home. Run, 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 run. And he gets 2 elephants. That's right, not 1, but 2. And he's yelling, no, 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 run! You gotta help my friend! You need to help my friend! I need you to come! And both the elephants are trying to understand him. And finally they get it. And both the elephants say, we will help. Jump your legs wide. We're going to do that elephant pose again. Ready? Side to side. And psh. And the elephants come down to the shore. And sure enough, they use their trunks to push Boris back into the water. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. You're going to take your elephant trunk this way and push. Ugh. And then we're going to switch our legs, so the other leg's in front, and then we're going to push this way. Ugh. And they kept on pushing. Ugh. And this way, and that way, and this way, and that way, until Boris the whale. Remember whale pose? On your belly, bend your knees, and then roll. Oh, I'm rolling into the water, says Boris. Oh, it feels so good on my skin. Oh, I love it. And Boris the whale is so happy to be back. water to go back to his home, he waves at Amos. And he smiles. And Amos knows that he's so thankful that he helped him. That little mouse, Boris thought he was too small to help, but he thought of a way. And he helped his friend get home, and they both had such a warm feeling in their heart. Even though they weren't going to see each other every day, they knew how much they cared for each other. 10 years later, right? They got to show it. What a beautiful story this is. Beautiful story of friendship. So even though they had to say goodbye, that warm feeling in their heart will last forever and ever. So we are going to have Shavasana relaxation time now with one of our friends. So hopefully you have a little stuffy with you, or maybe you want to cuddle with your parent or a sibling. I'm going to put some relaxation music on, and we'll have Shavasana relaxation time together. Find a spot on your rug to lie down. I'm going to lay down with my tiger today. This is my friend. I'm going to put Tiger on my belly so that he can remind me to breathe while I'm in Shavasana. So I'm going to breathe in through my nose and watch him go up, and then breathe out through my mouth and watch him go down. He's a good friend for helping me today. Breathing in and out. He's reminding me that when I need to feel calm, I can just take these deep breaths. You continue lying back down, and I'm going to read you something to help you relax. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. You can place one hand on your belly where your animal is and the other on your chest. And you can feel your eyes get heavy. And you can focus just on what it feels like to breathe. I'd like you to try to imagine in your mind a friend. Someone that you care deeply about. Maybe someone you haven't seen in a while. But someone that when you hear the word friend and love, you think of that person. I want you to imagine their face, smiling and happy to be thinking of you. Maybe think about the last time you saw that person, what you guys were doing together. Maybe you were laughing and playing. Maybe you were sharing a meal together. Maybe you were at the playground or outside. Maybe you even smile right now thinking about that person. And maybe you feel a warm place in your heart right now. Did you know that you can actually send someone love even if you're not in the same place? Just by thinking about it. So while you're thinking about that person, feel the love that you want to send them. Feel like you want to say something to them, and just send it to them. Through the air. Maybe even across the ocean waves. Maybe you want to even give them a hug. Maybe that person is you. Maybe you need a hug right now, and you want to tell yourself that you love yourself. That's important too. In our story, Amos and Boris became really good friends and were able to help each other. Boris helped Amos get home on his back, and Amos helped Boris get back in the water. And they each took care of themselves as well, so they could be there for each other. Amos knew he had to go home, even though it was difficult to say goodbye. He took care of himself and went home. And when Boris went back in the water, he also went home. But I know, and you know, that in the future, Amos and Boris can just close their eyes and think of each other and send each other love. And that's a really nice thought. Take one more deep breath in through your nose and slowly out your mouth. And let it all go. Just relax. Like Marlo here. It's time for us to wake up our bodies and say goodbye. So wiggle your fingers and wiggle those toes. And come back to sit up and join me so we could say namaste, which is how we say goodbye to each other and thank each other for sharing this time together. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times and then we'll say namaste. 1, 2, 3. Palms together, we say namaste. Thank you so much for being with me today. I am going to continue the Storytime Preschool Yoga Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. And I have a little surprise for you. So check out my Yogajoy page and we'll see. I would love to hear more what you guys have for me. So keep an eye out. There's going to be a suggestion on my Yogajoy page today. Hope to see you guys again soon.